Hello, I'm Craig Brelsford, and welcome to another episode of Small Stocks, Big Money. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Now, today's show features interviews with the executives of 3 public companies. First up is Jackpot Digital. Jackpot Digital is the leading developer and supplier of dealerless electronic multiplayer poker tables for both land-based casinos and cruise ships. The company's flagship product, Jackpot Blitz, is a state-of-the-art 75-inch 4K touchscreen platform that delivers a highly immersive and interactive poker experience while reducing operational costs for casinos. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Up next is FatPipe Incorporated. FatPipe is a pioneer in secure, mission-critical, software-defined networking technologies that simplify and fortify enterprise connectivity. These technologies enable customers to unify, secure, and optimize their digital infrastructure across cloud, hybrid, and on-premise environments. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Up next is NDT Pharmaceuticals. NDT Pharmaceuticals is a publicly traded health and wellness company redefining biosafety through its wholly owned subsidiary, Good Salt Life. Good Salt Life is a vertically integrated innovator in infection control, combining cutting-edge chemical delivery technology, EPA-approved antimicrobial solutions, and data-driven disinfection protocols to create end-to-end biosafety ecosystems. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Before we move forward, let's take a look at RedChat, a revolutionary AI chatbot for small-cap stock analysis.
A new era of small cap research has arrived with RedChip's RedChat, the fastest, most accurate AI assistant for small caps. The days of spending hours sifting through press releases, 10Ks, 10Qs, 8Ks, 13Fs, 13Gs, and other filings is over. Now, get answers in seconds on 4,000 small cap stocks in one portal. Simple, fast, accurate, detailed answers. Meet small caps with RedChat.
Now, let's move on to our quote of the week. It comes from the book, Small Stocks, Big Money. Do your homework, understand companies you invest in, forwards and backwards. This quote comes from Charles Diker of Diker Management, and it is featured in Chapter 8 of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book of exclusive interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon today for just $18. Now, let's get started with our first interview today with Jackpot Digital. Hello, today we have Jake Kalpakian, the president and CEO of Jackpot Digital, trading on the OTCQB under the ticker JPOTF. Jake, welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
Now, Jackpot Digital describes itself as a positive disruptor in the casino industry. Your flagship product, of course, is called Jackpot Blitz. It brings poker into the digital age. Can you explain how it transforms the traditional poker experience for both players and casinos?
Absolutely. Our Jackpot Blitz is an electronic dealer's poker table, which allows players to play against each other at a casino, play poker against each other. And basically, the game is a lot faster. It's really a smart table disguised as a poker table. The advantages are many. For the casino, it's more revenues per hour because you get more hands per hour. They also have less expenses because they don't have to pay a dealer, they don't have to pay for cards and chips, etc. And also, they don't have to worry about HR staffing issues. It's completely automated. For the players, it's a friendly table because there's no mistakes. There's more games per hour, more hands per hour. There's no tipping involved. And most of all, it gives a lot more flexibility. For instance, certain games can be offered that, or exotic poker games should be offered that they traditionally would not be able to play. So it has speed and convenience and all the friendship of a regular poker table.
Now, the gaming industry is struggling with challenges, among them labor shortages, escalating dealer costs, and declining poker room availability. How does Jackpot Blitz solve these problems for operators?
Well, since COVID, the bricks and mortar poker industry has changed quite a bit, the landscape. You've got inflationary pressures, labor shortages, all leading to a shortage of dealers. Our product solves all of that. For instance, it gives the operators a lot more flexibility. The margins are narrow to begin with in poker, but with our product, they are increased because you don't have to pay a dealer. But the enormous advantages are certain things like tournaments can be played and offered where you don't need one dealer. Everything is automated, and tournaments are a big draw for poker room operators. And that's one advantage. The other advantage is, of course, offering different games that you otherwise would not be able to.
You already work with marquee clients like Carnival Cruise Lines, Penn Entertainment, Royal Caribbean, and Lotto Quebec. How big is the overall market opportunity, Jake? And how much market share have you secured?
Well, we're not even in the first inning of this industry. Electronic tables are, in general, gaining popularity. But as far as electronic dealers poker tables, we're the world leader in the space, and we pretty much have that market to ourselves. We have enormous potential. We're getting interest from all types of operators. We get large commercial state blue chip brand operators, tribal casinos, neighborhood casinos, cruise ships. There's a demand from across the board, and I'm also pleased to tell you the demand is actually from all over the globe. It's not just limited to North America. So we think we can have a global footprint very soon.
Now, Jake, you are executing a strategy to deploy more than 1,100 tables across North America and internationally. What milestones should investors be watching out for as you work toward that target?
They should watch out for our stream of news releases in regards to jurisdictional approvals to be able to deploy our tables in certain states and provinces and countries. And of course, the actual deployment of those tables in casinos. Just recently, I'm very pleased to announce that we were approved in the state of Mississippi to have our tables deployed there. And now we're in that process of working that out. We also have several other states pending, and we are excited to grow our footprint throughout North America and abroad. So you should just continue to take a look at the licensing approvals that the company obtains, and then thereafter the actual installations and deployment of tables. But we believe that we will be able to be in many states by this time next year, as well as in, of course, here in Canada.
Now, your EBITDA projection shows strong operating cash flow growth as deployments scale. Can you walk us through how a single table generates recurring revenue for Jackpot?
Well, it's interesting because the operators really like it because they only pay us when they make money. We'll go to a casino floor and we'll deploy the table, and then what happens is we either, depending on the jurisdiction, we either paid a licensing royalty for the software, or we get a fixed fee. So we have a recurring revenue model every month on a product that is proven as far as poker is concerned. And so the casinos are truly our partners, whether they pay us a royalty on the amount generated or a fixed fee.
Now, Jake, with technology like real time analytics and AI integration, how is Jackpot preparing for the next evolution of digital gaming?
As mentioned, our Jackpot Blitz Dealers poker table is more like a smart table than a poker table. We're constantly enhancing and adding customization to add features that you otherwise could never get on a regular poker table. We're constantly having development done here internally at our office, just like your iPhone is constantly upgraded and enhanced. That's what happens with this table. And there's a lot of other smart features that are being built into the table.
Management, of course, Jake, it's key to the success of any company and especially a smaller cap company. What can you tell us about some of the key players on your team?
Well, we're very dedicated. We're very passionate about what we do, and we're continually adding talent to our team. Furthermore, we stick handled through COVID when most of all of our business was on cruise ships, and we've been able to improve the product, get GLI certification that we can now enter the land-based market. So we're very excited to expand the product, and that's really because the management really believes in this product, and it's a world-leading product.
In summary, Jake, what is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in Jackpot today?
Well, it's not every day that you can invest in a world leader in its particular segment or industry. We're the undisputed world leader electronic poker dealerless tables with the Jackpot Blitz. And with our small market cap, we're very well positioned for the investor to take advantage of our unique position to grow our footprint globally. We have an excellent opportunity to have our product in virtually all the casinos worldwide within the next few years if we can execute our plan. And again, as I said, we marry the combination of technology, recurring revenue, casino gaming, and we're building what I call a Goldilocks opportunity or Goldilocks global opportunity for the company. And while we're doing this, we're actually building a moat around our business. So we're very excited. And as a unique investment proposition, I think it's very hard to find something of this attractive nature.
Jake, thank you for sharing the story with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, to get more information on Jackpot Digital, visit jpotfinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Jackpot Digital. Now, let's move on to our next interview today with FatPipe Incorporated. Hello, today we have Dr. Bhaskar Ragula, the co-founder and CEO of FatPipe Networks, trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker FATN. Dr. Bhaskar, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
For viewers who are brand new to FatPipe, let's start with a brief overview of your operations and where you fit in today's technology landscape.
FatPipe is a software company with a subscription model. We make mission-critical networking access products for across the industry, mostly in North America. Our customers include financial institutions, banks, counties, cities, service businesses, and manufacturing organizations. We are based in Salt Lake City, Utah.
The markets you operate in are expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 22%. What's driving this growth, and where do you see FatPipe's biggest opportunities to capture market share?
What's driving this growth is adoption of the technologies. As companies depend on the cloud for more network access, they need to make sure that the network is resilient and reliable and fast. That's where FatPipe fits in. We make sure that your network to the cloud and to data centers is always on and high speed as well as redundant. Most of our focus is North America. Most of our sales is USA.
Your company is innovative too. FatPipe holds 13 foundational patents. Now, how do these translate into real-world advantages for customers and barriers for competitors?
Our patents solve problems for customers that they've been having in networking. And because we were the first ones to invent these technologies, it gives us a significant technology moat in terms of competitiveness and pricing strategies.
You operate a subscription-based software model with high revenue visibility, 90+% gross margins, and a Rule of 40 profile. What makes your business model so capital efficient compared to peers?
We have always been a bootstrap company. Because of that, we have been efficient at capital deployment, making sure our cost structure is under control, and pricing the product because of all the patents we have. We've been able to maintain a high margin, at the same time provide customers the value they can get out of our product and our technology.
You work with more than 100 reseller and distribution partners worldwide. How important is the channel first go-to-market strategy to your growth, and what makes these relationships successful?
The most important thing is making sure the partners have the best product they can sell. When partners have a good product to sell, they're comfortable presenting it in front of the customers. Backing it up with the best support in the industry makes them feel that they can turn the customer over to us and we will take care of the customer. So our strategy has always been channel first. The second advantage to us is we can leverage the channel partners, their customers, their field forces, and it helps us provide more cost-efficient solution to our customers.
Turning now to your leadership team, you have decades of domain expertise and a track record of innovation. How does your team's experience give you an edge in executing that growth strategy?
Most of our team members, especially the management team, come from large companies. Two of our sales VPs have sold more than $700 million a year in the previous experience. And the advantage of that is they are able to help me scale the company. In addition, we are recruiting people with industry experience, with over 20 years of industry experience. So when they come to work for FatPipe, they bring a Rolodex that helps us sell and make them more productive faster.
Final question, Bhaskar. What is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in FatPipe today?
Three reasons. One, we are a highly capital efficient company. We make sure that we put every dollar of our investors' money to work. Two, we have the best product in the world, and we invented the space. And we also provide the best support to our customers. And we are now hiring salespeople to increase our top line and our bottom line. So those are the reasons you should actively consider FatPipe as one of the companies that are of interest to you.
Bhaskar, thank you for being on our show today.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, to get more information on FatPipe, visit fatninfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like FatPipe. Now, let's move on to our next interview today with NDT Pharmaceuticals. Hello, today we have with us Zach O'Shea, the president and CEO of NDT Pharmaceuticals, which trades on the OTC under the ticker NDTP. Zach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
NDT Pharmaceuticals recently completing the acquisition of Good Salt Life. What can you tell us about this transformative acquisition?
Well, obviously, this acquisition is a major step in NDT Pharmaceuticals' growth strategy. Good Salt Life has established itself as a trusted leader in biosafety solutions, and what we're actually doing is creating a vertically integrated platform that spans three things: preventative health, environmental safety, and emerging technologies. This positions us to address multiple high-growth markets.
Now, Zach, the global biosafety market is projected at $148 billion, with animal health and pet hygiene as key verticals. Where do you see the low-hanging fruit for Good Salt Life, and what's the biggest growth driver near term?
So the low-hanging fruit here, or the immediate opportunities, are in the animal health space. This includes places like veterinary clinics and pet care facilities. There's strong demand for safe and effective disinfectants. The near-term growth is driven primarily through sales of our natural products and the delivery systems that improve efficiency and compliance. These markets value both product efficacy and operational simplicity, which is where we exceed.
Now, Good Salt Life works with some major enterprises, household names, United Airlines, Carnival Cruise Lines, just to name a few. What attracts these industry leaders to your company?
That's a great question. The commercial customers like United and Carnival look for solutions that deliver measurable results, protect people and services, while also reducing operational complexity. Good Salt Life's approach couples highly effective disinfectants with an advanced induction charge delivery system. This makes us unique, and this combination does allow large organizations to maintain the highest hygiene standards both consistently and efficiently.
Now, Zach, as you well know, post-COVID, there were a lot of Me Too players in the disinfection world. Companies pivoting to disinfection products. What differentiates Good Salt Life today from those Me Too players?
Good Salt Life differentiates itself due to its long-standing commitment to science-backed, sustainable biosafety solutions. Unlike many other companies that popped up during the pandemic, we have an established credibility, commercial adoption, and a product line validated for performance and safety. On top of all that, our technology-driven approach, which includes smart spraying systems as well as emerging analytics, sets us apart from typical companies that shifted to disinfection during COVID.
That segues nicely into my next question. Good Salt Life, you're developing these AI-powered sensors and smart facility analytics. How close are these technologies to commercialization, and how do they add to your value proposition?
Yeah, so we're currently in the late stage development and pilot testing phase. We're working with a select commercial partner. And the cool thing about these AI powered sensors is that they provide real time monitoring of the surface and air hygiene. This allows predictive and data driven disinfection practices. And it can create measurable outcomes for customers and adds a recurring data layer to our business model, which enhances both operational value and long term revenue potential.
Now, Zach, it's a cliche, but it must be said. Management, the key to the success of any company, but especially a small cap company. What can you tell us about some of the key players on your team?
Yep. So our team combines deep expertise across life sciences, biosafety, manufacturing, and commercial distribution. Our leadership experience includes working with Fortune 500 companies, healthcare systems, and government entities. This allows us to scale strategically while still delivering high quality science backed solutions.
In summary, now, Zach, what is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in NDTP right now?
Investors should be interested in NDT Pharmaceuticals because we sit at the crossroads of health, safety, and technology. Through Good Salt Life, we offer proven products with recurring revenue streams, commercial adoption, and emerging smart technologies that turn biosafety into a measurable data driven platform. This combination of tangible results, recurring revenue, and innovation positions NDTP uniquely in the biosafety and preventative health markets, which offers significant upside for investors.
Zach, great meeting you, and thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, to get more information on NDT Pharmaceuticals, visit ndtpinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like NDT Pharmaceuticals. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel, and also go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can order Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book written by RedChip CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon for $18. Now, let's recap the companies featured today. First, you met Jackpot Digital Incorporated, JPOTF on the OTCQB. Jackpot Digital is the leading developer and supplier of dealerless electronic multiplayer poker tables for both land-based casinos and cruise ships. The company's flagship product, Jackpot Blitz, is a state-of-the-art 75-inch 4K touchscreen platform that delivers a highly immersive and interactive poker experience while reducing operational costs for casinos. Learn more at www.jpotfinfo.com. Then you met FatPipe Incorporated, FATN on the NASDAQ. FatPipe is a pioneer in secure, mission-critical, software-defined networking technologies that simplify and fortify enterprise connectivity. These technologies enable customers to unify, secure, and optimize their digital infrastructure across cloud, hybrid, and on-premise environments. Learn more at www.fatninfo.com. Then you met NDT Pharmaceuticals, NDTP on the OTC. NDT Pharmaceuticals is a publicly traded health and wellness company redefining biosafety through its wholly owned subsidiary, Good Salt Life. Good Salt Life is a vertically integrated innovator in infection control, combining cutting-edge chemical delivery technology, EPA-approved antimicrobial solutions, and data-driven disinfection protocols to create end-to-end biosafety ecosystems. Learn more at www.ndtpinfo.com. Don't forget to check out our stocks page. It is the biggest small-cap stock portal in the industry. It has every company listed on the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange with the market cap of $2 billion and less. And it's categorized by industry. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small-cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. And be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter and learn about a lot of small-cap companies. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly our client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, if you have any questions about any of our public companies featured on today's show, call us at 1-800-REDCHIP or email us at info@redchip.com. In closing, while small caps can provide significant gains, you must be prepared for the downside. Small cap stocks are among the most volatile of asset classes. Some of the companies featured on this show are RedChip client companies, and we may own stock in these companies. So please, always read our disclosures at redchip.com. Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you next week with some new, exciting, emerging growth companies.